loss to open up the season, the Chapman Panthers are searching for redemption. In their home opener tonight, they face the undefeated Whitworth Pirates. With the Panther pack behind them, Chapman looks to add their first game to the win column. It's Panthers Pirates next on the Chapman Sports Broadcast Network. Live from Wilson Field at Ernie Chapman Stadium in Orange, California, it's Panther football on the Chapman Sports Broadcast Network. Fans piling in for the much-anticipated home opener of the 2015 season. A beautiful night for Division III football. As we welcome you inside the broadcast booth, Alec Bachner alongside Justin Miesis. And Justin, here at the home opener, the Panthers are facing a team in the Whitworth Pirates, a team they did not face in the first week. That was the Linfield Wildcats. They fell to the Wildcats 52-14. Now tonight they face another high-powered offense in the Pirates. So looking at the keys of the game, what do the Panthers need to do tonight to take home the victory?
Well, I really think it's important here tonight for the running game to do well, to help the Chapman offense really progress from last year after losing their senior quarterback. Hakeem McGrew is what we heard is going to be the primary back here tonight. He wasn't a part of the offense last year. I think it's important for him to get things going here tonight, protect the quarterback. Whitworth is a team that gets to the quarterback. 12 sacks in just 2 games for them. They'll come with different guys. 9 different guys do have a sack here this year, so they're going to come from all different ways and win the turnover battle, especially when you have a quarterback who's only had 10 games in his career. He's going to be a little nervous. Calm down. Don't get any turnovers. This Whitworth offense will score points if you turn the ball over.
So those are the keys to the game. Now taking a look at the players to watch. First on the Whitworth Pirates side.
And here for the Pirates, I really do believe that this tight end, Nick Kierkes, is the main vocal point. Look at that, 4 touchdowns already so far this year in only 2 games. Is also great at receiving the ball. Griffin Hare, one of their main backs, 30 rushes, 120 yards. He's a guy that's going to go pummel some of these linebackers. They're going to have to help slow that running game down. And then Anthony Fullman, a Irvine native, a local guy, 151 yards so far, 3rd on the team with 8 receptions. He's a tall receiver. The Chapman Panthers need to keep him under control.
Now on the other side, the players to watch for the Panthers.
And here for the Panther offense, we talked about him here in red. Hakeem McGrew, he's a senior here this year, had 3 receptions last game for over 50 yards. Did not rush the ball, but I think with combined rushing the ball and receiving, he can be a dangerous weapon here tonight. Sean Myers, he's a senior receiver, was a part of the offense last year. Those 2 senior receivers from last year are gone. He's one of the main guys who needs to do work here tonight. And then Drew DeMarco. We talked about earlier in the week how he's a little bit undersized, but you know what? He makes up for it in toughness. Already an interception so far this year, and he's a Chapman Panther who's had a reception in only his freshman, sophomore, junior, and senior year. He can turn the ball over, help create things for the Chapman defense.
Alrighty, Justin, those are the players to keep an eye on. And now we welcome in the 3rd member of our broadcast team, Maddie Bader. She's on the sideline. Maddie?
Thanks, guys. Last week, Jeremiah McKibbins broke our school touchdown records with 28 touchdowns in his Chapman career. The previous record was 27. We're hoping tonight to see him break the school rushing record. He only has 110 yards left to go. However, that is not the first thing on his mind. He says that the team is taking it game by game to fight for that ring and be SCIAC champs once again. He also said to beat the Whitworth Pirates tonight that they need to limit their mistakes and capitalize off of the mistakes of the other team. That's all I have for now. Back to you guys in the booth.
Alrighty, thanks, Maddie. We are just moments away from kickoff. Panthers football is next on the Chapman Sports Broadcast Network.
Follow your dreams. Chapman University. Take your life to new heights. Chapman University, Invest your humanity. Lead.
And welcome back to Wilson Field at Ernie Chapman Stadium, home opener for the Panthers in the 2015 season. Alec Bachner, Justin Maestas, and Maddie Bader. Thanks for joining us right here on the Chapman Sports Broadcast Network. The Panthers have won the toss and they elect to receive. Back deep to field the kick is Ethan Weinstein and number 41, Matt Guttridge.
Interesting choice for them to get the ball first. I think they want to set the tone, set it early, kind of like what they did in Linfield. They got an early 7-0 lead, and I think they want to get an early lead here tonight.
Panthers 0-1, Whitworth 2-0, and we're underway here tonight from Wilson Field. Weinstein fields it at the 5. Tries to follow some blockers, and he has space. Past the 30, past the 40, and he's knocked out of bounds across the 45. The ball will be spotted at the 43-yard line. Good start for the Panthers.
Yeah, not only was that Ethan Weinstein going to the right, the blockers really set that up, set it well. They set the edge, and he took it long ways, and I think this is the perfect start for the Chapman Panthers.
All righty. Justin, we saw a lot of turnover in the roster since last year for the Panthers, including at quarterback. No longer Michael Leahy, had a great career as a Panther. Now it's number 7, Andrew Chavez in the shotgun. He takes a snap, rolling to his left. And he tries to find a man down the sideline in Austin Schaefer, and it's incomplete.
Yeah, they were trying to get that easy pass over to the left side, but the corner read it really well, stayed there with Schaefer, made sure that he didn't get any space, and Chavez did a good thing just to throw it away, lived to do another down.
And the Panthers in the hurry up once again. This time they'll give it to Hakeem McGrew. He has a seam across the 45, wrapped up at the 47-yard line.
Good blocking there. I think Hakeem McGrew is only one broken tackle away from maybe getting the first down, but set it up enough to where it's a manageable third down.
It's 3rd and 6. Chavez takes a snap, looking downfield, and it's incomplete, trying to find Riley Gilbo, and it will be a 3-and-out for the Panthers.
It's unfortunate there for Chavez. Gilbo had a nice route, a little comebacker. He had space, and he had the ball right in his vision. Maybe just took his eye off of it. It hit his shoulder. Not a good 3-and-out for the Panthers.
Chavez threw it, and Gilbo was not looking. In the game is William James to send it away. And it's almost blocked. And a flag is down as the ball is touched by a Panther at the 25-yard line. Looked like William James was hit by Jonathan Junn.
Lucky break there by the Panthers. William James made some headlines last week, but it looked like there he got hit, got tripped, and it's going to be a first down.
So we've had issues hearing the head referee over the loudspeakers. Both teams still trying to figure out what the call is, but there's no doubt about it, Justin. William James was knocked down in the head referee's singles. That it is roughing the kicker. So it'll be 4th down. Let's see what the Panthers do here. It'll be 4th and short into Whitworth territory.
Yeah, it's only a 5-yard penalty running in the kicker, so they still need to punt it away.
James once again back on the 37 to send it off. And a clean snap and kick. And a good punt right there. And the Panthers are able to get it down inside the 5 at the 3-yard line. Nice job by the Panthers special teams to pin the Whitworth Pirates deep in their own territory.
Yeah, Devin Kelly getting downfield, making sure that the ball didn't bounce into the end zone. Give Williams some credit. Great punt, great special teams play. Those are the overlooked parts of football. You don't really get star players on special teams, but you know what? It really helps the defense if you can pin them deep within their own 5.
The ball will be spotted on the 3, so now it's up to the Panthers defense. In week 1, they gave up 52 points to Linfield. Whitworth takes the snap, and it's a completion across the 20 to Bryce Powers, it looks like. Nice throw. Ian Colsty will give the handoff. And wrapped up after a short gain of 3.
Devin Ray stuck with his assignment, stayed in front, made sure that the running back didn't have any more space. That's what you need to do. You need to help stop the run. And if they're going to pass the ball, make sure you stop the run.
2nd and 7, and they'll find a man down in the close sideline, and he's wrapped up at the 26. Nice job by the Panthers defense to swarm on that.
Panthers playing a little bit of a zone there, and just making sure that they're giving him some space, letting him have those little dump-off passes short of the first down marker.
3rd and 2. Pirates in the hurry up, and flags are on the field, and it looks like it will be a false start on the offense. The previous play was a completion to the running back out of the backfield, Duke DeGaetano, a versatile dual threat back, as we were talking about in the open, Justin. So they're pushed back. It's now 3rd and 7 on the 28-yard line. Colsty rolls out to his right, looking downfield. And the Panthers are swarming him, and he has to run out of bounds. Nice defense by the Panthers, and that will bring up a 4th down.
Yeah, Garrett Frediani was one of the Panthers, really rushing towards Colsty. Really made him how to get out of the pocket, put pressure. You can see here, actually that's the completion. But good pressure here from the backside. As you can see, Frediani and company really putting pressure on Colsty, making him do something with the ball and can allow the receivers downfield to develop a play.
Interesting right here for the Panthers. You see 2 separate guys back deep to receive the punt. The kick is underway. Fielded at the 33. And he will not get much right there. Max Sanford, the freshman, 5'11", 175 pounds from Gilroy, California.
Caleb Mathena got really downfield, really fast, made sure that the Panther returnman couldn't get any more yards and actually pushed him back, and a great tackle just to wrap him up.
Panthers offense coming back on the field after that 3 and out. Both defenses so far with the strong suit in this ball game.
I want to see how they use McGrew here in this drive.
Chavez will hand off to McGrew. McGrew has a seam, and he has room over the 40, across the 45, and tripped up from behind at the 49-yard line, and that will be the first down of the game for the Panthers offense.
It all started there with Alec Cone. Cone had the lead block. He came from the backside, made the sure block. As you can see him just opening the space there for McGrew. Great run there and great blocking downfield there by the receivers.
Chavez with the dump-off screen to McGrew, and McGrew is tackled hard behind the line of scrimmage by number 33, J.T. Phelan.
And you can see how versatile McGrew is there. They try to give him the little screen, just get the ball into his hands, into space.
Loss of 3, 2nd and 13. Panthers once again in the hurry-up offense, looking at the sideline. Three wide receivers set. McGrew in the backfield, and he will get the handoff from Chavez. Once again, another hole, and he's into Pirates territory. And he's tackled across the 35, runs out of bounds at the 32-yard line. Hakeem McGrew, replacement for Jeremiah McKibbins, once again with a big run and a first down for the Panthers.
He's really making the most out of his opportunities. And look at the blocking once again. A huge hole there to the right side. Another shout out there to Alex Cone, the starting center here for the Panthers.
First and 10 from 31. Chavez drops back, looking deep downfield. He has Gilbo, and it is incomplete. Nice coverage on the play by number 23 on Whitworth. That is Taylor Roliffs.
Yeah, Gilbo, another senior receiver here. He had a step there on the cornerback, as we see here on the replay. Just a little bit underthrown, had his fingertips on it, but it would have been a very hard catch for him to make.
It's always tough for the receiver when you have to slow down to catch the ball right there. Good try by the Panthers. Now it's 2nd and 10. Chavez once again in the shotgun. Takes the snap, and he's going to have to scramble. And he has a little bit of room and will run out of bounds across the 25-yard line to the 24.
And Andrew Chavez, not only your prototypical quarterback, he also had 10 rushes for 19 yards against Linfield last week. As you can see here, looking down the field, no one's open. He had a little bit of pressure, just rolled out of the pocket, did what he can do with the pump fake to get as much space as possible.
Chavez takes the snap and will give the handoff to Blake Crandall, and he is wrapped up short of the first down. So we'll see what the Panthers will do here, and it looks like the field goal unit might come on the field.
It's a pretty good sized field goal from here, but I saw pregame Lucas Alfonso make some pretty long field goal tries in practice.
Sean Myers with the hold, and the kick is up, has plenty of distance, and it is off the goalposts. No good for the Panthers. Had plenty of leg right there, Justin, but just a little bit off to the right.
Yeah, he had all the leg, which is what you want when from a long kick like that. Just hit the post. There's nothing you can do about it. You know, it's time for the defense to step up and get another defensive stop here against Whitworth.
A 42-yard field goal try is no good, and now the ball is in the hands of the Pirates. Back out there is Ian Colsty, the sophomore quarterback. And he gives the handoff to Guy Taitano, and he has room. Runs forward, close to the first down marker. We'll see where they spot it. Colsey with the screen pass, and they will pick up the first down. A nice play on the hurry-up offense for the Pirates. Kevin Thomas looks like with the reception. Taking a look at the Chapman starting defense. Some big guys up front. Ben Waiters, Alex Rory, Dominique Luca. And the handoff to Di Gaetano, and he has room once again. Another Pirates first down, Justin.
Yeah, we talked so much about the passing offense of this team, but I think they do average over 100 yards rushing per game. You need to stop the running for the Chapman defense.
Colsey takes a snap, looking to the far sideline. He has a man dragged out of bounds at the 40-yard line. That is Garrett McKay on the reception, 5'9", freshman from Tacoma, Washington.
Yeah, the secondary really giving some space over to McKay. Just doesn't want to get beat long.
2nd and 3. Dump off pass to Di Gaetano, and he has room, and then first down. A nice play and some shiftiness from the running back. The junior from Bend, Oregon. So another first down for the Pirates.
Seems like he's getting more of the rushes rather than Griffith here, who got more in the first drive.
Colsey looking deep, and he has a man open, and it's caught. And then the ball comes out, but it looks like he was down. The reception made by Kevin Thomas.
Panthers just playing zone, and Thomas just ran right between the two Panther defenders. Had open space, just not enough time for Lorenzo Marks to get over there.
1st and 10 on the 17. Trips on the right. Kevin Thomas, lone wide receiver on the close sideline. Colsey gives it to Di Gaetano, and he has room. And Duke gets across the 5, and another first down for Whitworth.
Trevor Woodall is an offensive lineman who really set the edge there for the Pirates. Got Digatino the edge, and he did the rest.
Ball on the 5, and a quick throw this time to Michael McNown. Does not get much there.
Talks about the space that the Pirates have had when on passing situations. This time Lorenzo Marks almost immediately off the throw went and tackled his man.
2nd and goal. Colsty looking back of the end zone, and it is caught, but the ball comes out after the play. Nice coverage. What a nice play by Drew DeMarco. We were highlighting him before the game. Undersized. He was going up against Kevin Thomas, who's 6'3", Drew DeMarco 5'10", but that didn't matter.
Did not when you have the fight to just use the hands and knock the ball out. 5
wide receivers out there. Colsty looking back at the end zone, this time on the other side, and it's overthrown.
Great defensive stand here by the Panthers. Inside the red zone, off of 1st and goal. They played physical against those tall wide receivers, made sure no play was easy for them, and they're going to be awarded. As you can see here, they're going for the right corner, just overthrown over the head.
Connor Larkin on the coverage right there. This will be a 22-yarder. And it is good, and the Pirates take a 3-0 lead. So the Pirates able to convert on the 22-yard field goals. The Panthers had a 42-yarder earlier in the quarter. Lucas Alfonso is not able to convert. And now the Panthers trail the Pirates by a score of 3-0.
Yeah, good drive there by Whitworth. Just got down the field, took what the defense gave him, just couldn't convert there in the red zone. I'd say it's a good spot for the Panthers to do something here on offense. We saw Hakeem McGrew get a couple of nice blocks going downfield, get that running game going. So far, all of our keys to the game are working out so far.
Hakeem McGrew filling in nicely for Jeremiah McKibbins. A couple nice runs. Once again, Ethan Weinstein and Matt Guttridge back deep to receive for the Panthers.
Jeremiah McKibbin's not dressed here tonight. Not going to break that school all-time rushing record, but we'll probably see him in later weeks just taking this week off.
And the kick is away, and that is a deep kick, and Guttridge is going to field it in his own end zone and take a knee. So 7:09 remaining in the first quarter here on the Chapman Sports Broadcast Network. Panthers trail to the visiting Whitworth Pirates 3-0.
And one thing that I see from the Chapman offense so far is that they're getting all of their receivers in the game, all the 3 starters, Schaefer, Gilbo, and Myers. They've all seen targets already thrown at them. So it's not only a one-man show here, it's getting everyone involved. Let's see how Andrew Chavez does under center here in his 3rd drive here in this game.
On the 25, Chavez drops back, looking across the middle. He has Sean Myers, and Sean Miles is wrapped up from behind by D. Hall.
Yeah, D. Hall, 5'7", 156 from Las Vegas. We're using that speed just to get to the edge, making sure Myers didn't develop anything too much in space.
2nd and 4 for the Panthers. Hakeem McGrew in the backfield with Chavez. And Chavez looks to take him himself, and he gets nowhere, tackled in the backfield by Chase Copenhaver.
Yeah, definitely a designed run here. You know what, looking at the replay, I don't know if that was a design run or just a broken play. Chavez did what he can do with it as all the receivers were running downfield.
3rd and 6 for the Panthers.
So 3rd and 6 now. Chavez drops back. And he gets sacked in the backfield once again. This time by Mac Shaw.
It's what you call a coverage sack. Looking for Gilbo out here on the right side. There was Taylor Roloffs, excuse me, who had great coverage on big number 11 for Chapman. Great defense there by Whitworth to really stop that Chapman offense. You didn't see a run there that whole drive, or the whole 3 plays.
So another punt for the Panthers. And Whitworth takes it from the 40 and gets tackled out of bounds. Coming up to make the play is Tyler Nesbitt.
And William James punt returned by Garrett McKay of the Pirates.
Garrett McKay on the return. So with 5:20 remaining in the first quarter, and with a 3-0 lead, the Pirates will take over. Empty backfield, trips on the right. Kolstey drops back, and he's rushed from behind. He will dump it off to the slot receiver. A modest pickup of 5. The reception by Mason Elms.
Good coverage there by the Chapman defense, and good pressure. It was just that dump off pass is what hurt them. Everyone else downfield was covered. Good job there by Kolstey to find the open man.
Kolstey with the screen pass this time, and it'll be close to the first down. It looks like they got it. Michael McCown on the reception.
Even though McCown did get that first down, great job by Ethan Weinstein to get off the block and get the tackle.
So 1st and 10. Ball on the Panthers 38. Kolstey drops back, looking to the far sideline. He has a man. A short pickup, gain of 4 on the play. Once again to Michael McCown.
You can see here just quick passes almost every single play so far in this drive and last. It's been working for the Pirates. Just getting the ball out of Kolstey's hands before the Chapman pressure can get to him.
2nd and 6, running back Duke DeGaetano back in the ball game, and they will give the delayed handoff to him. Not much on the play. Coming up to make the tackle is number 58 on the Panthers. That's Miles Ailes.
Yeah, not too much space so far, but good tackle there by Devin Ray to come up and just make sure that DeGaetano didn't gain any more yards than he was allowed.
So another 3rd down, 3rd and 5. Kolstey drops back, has a man across the middle and in and out of his hands. And that will be a 4th down coming up for the Pirates.
Yeah, usually the Panthers do a little bit of a zone defense, but this time it was man. Almost getting behind the defender was Garrett McKay, but just came off of his hand. I think he heard the safety coming up, creeping.
So 4th and 5, and they're going to go for it. Why not in Panther territory? Kolstey has a man, and it's caught by the tight end, and that will be a 1st down pickup. The reception made by Nick Kirkus, the man we were highlighting before the game.
Yeah, not only is he a tight end, he's more of that pass reception tight end. He will be involved in this offense. If you do not keep an eye on him, he will burn you.
So 1st and 10 on the 23. Kolstey drops back, looking deep. He has a man open. Did he get a foot in? No, he did not. It is incomplete. A nice snag, but was not able to get a foot down. That was Garrett McKay trying to come down with the ball.
I think Weinstein thought he had safety help over the top, and while he did, I think the safety came over late because he was open. Weinstein let him go, just passed out of bounds.
So 2nd and 10. Kolstey drops back, and that will be a screen pass, and no one was looking. Incomplete pass. That will bring up a 3rd down.
Yeah, very weird developing play there. You can see what they're trying to do. Did not allow the Panther defenders from that right side to go. That's what kind of held up the play a little bit longer than it should have.
Well, you saw De Gaetano check in specifically for that play, and I think he was the intended receiver. So 3rd and 10. Colstead drops back, looking sideline, and that is incomplete. All over him was Drew DeMarco. It was intended for the big guy, Kevin Thomas.
Very dangerous pass here by Colstead. Double coverage there on that left side. That was his first option. If you can see double coverage there on the left side, you have to go through your progressions.
So Ren Riley will check into the ball game. He's already made a 22-yarder. That was earlier in the quarter. And now he's attempting a 41-yarder. And it's blocked by the Panthers. And the kicker, Riley, recovers it, and he's tackled. Defensive special teams, Panthers coming up big.
It reminds me so much of last year when going for this, when studying for this game. I was watching the Laverne game last year, senior night for the Panthers. Did exactly the same thing. Blocked the kick early on in that first quarter. Really set the tone for the rest of the half. Let's see if this block can turn into points here offensively.
Panther defender coming off the edge. Untouched seemingly, Justin. And that's one way to spark a team right there. Panthers looking a little bit lackadaisical before that. And now it's turned over to the Panthers offense. Andrew Chavez back out there. He takes a snap, screen pass to McGrew. McGrew has space, following blockers. And he runs out of bounds across the 40 at the 41-yard line.
And while that was a positive game, Hakeem McGrew did have 3 blockers in front of him. Good job, replay team. 3 blockers right there. Cut inside, he would have got about 10, 15 more yards. But still, getting Hakeem McGrew in this game is working wonders here for the Panthers.
Offensive tackle Mike Brown out there to lead the way. Chavez takes a snap, and he'll give it to McGrew. McGrew has space, but's tackled from behind. The ball will be spotted at the 45, a pickup of 4.
Those tackles are really doing a great job setting the edge. Look at that. Look at all that space that the Panthers are allowing McGrew to run through. A good tackle there by Alex Myrick, but the running game is really working.
So 1st and 10 for the Panthers. Chavez takes a snap. Play action, rolling to his right. And he has a man on the sideline, and it's caught. That was Austin Schaefer.
A good progression there by Chavez to realize on the right side that his first man was covered and then went to the sideline and got the easy reception.
You got to believe, Justin, over the last couple years, Chavez took some serious notes watching Michael Leahy as he gives the handoff to McGrew. McGrew sidesteps a tackler and fights for some yards. A short game on 2nd down.
Which, it's interesting because Michael Chavez, who he did start his freshman year before getting injured. That's when Leahy took over. Leahy stayed with the job. So those two have been together almost all 4 years they've been here at Chapman.
1st down for the Panthers, and they'll give it to McGrew, and he's wrapped up immediately. He'll fall forward for a gain of about 2. Coming up to make the play is number 33. JT Phelan, the linebacker from Spokane.
We watch the replay. Just trying to rush up the middle. All the positive yards have come from the outside. I think the Panthers are going to see how they can run up the middle. Just not enough space as the 3 defensive ends did a great job.
Blake Crandall, the backup running back, checking in for the Panthers. Chavez takes the snap, and he'll try to find Crandall, and is thrown out of bounds behind him. That'll bring up a long 3rd down try.
You can see they're just trying to get him into space, but it was man. Luckily enough, it was passed behind him because that could have easily been an interception right there.
All right, and let's take a look at the SCIAC standings. And we'll wait for a timeout to get to that. But first, it's a long 3rd down try for the Panthers. So now let's get back to the SCIAC standings as I mentioned. Justin?
Well, the one thing that points out for me is the Redland Bulldogs are 0-2, but that's prior to conference play. That was the biggest competition for Chapman last year. Next week's opponent, Claremont Mudscripts, 4-2 so far this year, and then the two teams up top, Cal Lutheran and Occidental, sitting at 2-0. Still an early season. Once we kick into conference play, that's when we'll start to see who the true contenders are going forward, see who's going to battle for the SCIAC championship, as the Panthers won it for the first time last year.
What a great season it was. The Panthers undefeated at home last year. They seem to be dominant over every single opponent, and they have one of the best coaches in all of Division III football in Bob Owens.
Yeah, Bob Owens, been with this program for nearly 10 years, looking for his 50th win, actually, and looking for that all-time record for coaching wins here if they get the win here tonight.
50 would be a school record. So 3rd and long, 3rd and 15. Trips on the right. Chavez drops back. Looking downfield. Is rushed out of the pocket. Trying to make something out of nothing. He has a man, and it's caught on the far sideline, but he did not get a foot in, intended for Sean Myers.
Yeah, I mean, he had plenty of time to try to wait for something to develop, just didn't happen downfield. A great attempt there by Myers as he got behind the linebacker for the Pirates. Just didn't work out. The pass was just slightly overthrown. A good attempt there by the quarterback.
Once again, William James in the ball game to send it off. This is a wobbly punt, and it will land out of bounds. Not what they were looking for. He was trying to pin the Pirates back deep like he did earlier in the quarter. But this one came off a little funky.
Yeah, and that might do wonders for Whitworth. We saw the first time that the Pirates were pinned within their own 5. They kind of got nervous, tried to force something down the field. But now you can just run the ball here with Duke in the backfield. We haven't seen the other running back, Griffith O'Hare, so far, as Duke DeGaetano has been the man so far.
Colsty takes the snap and will give it to DeGaetano. And a pile of Panthers coming up to make the tackle.
Yeah, plenty of open space initially. The Panthers did a great job to really collapse it. It's still a good run there by DeGaetano.
Junior linebacker Devin Ray, the first man to meet him. Colsty takes the snap, and it's overthrown and almost picked off. The closest man to it was Drew DeMarco.
Yeah, I think there might have been a bit of miscommunication as the receiver came in. I thought Colsty maybe thought he would have gone outside, but like you said, DeMarco was the only man there, just out of his reach.
3rd and 6, Colsty rolling out to his right, chased from behind, and he will throw it, and it is picked off, or is it caught? It looks like it is incomplete, said the side ref. Intended for the running back, Duke DeGaetano.
You know, while it was not an interception, the reason why it is incomplete, as maybe the receiver did catch it, is that he did not have possession while his body was touching out of bounds. And so while I'm not quite sure who it was who made the play.
I believe it was Jack Cullen coming up to make the play.
Jack Cullen made a great play on there. Just had possession enough to where it wouldn't have been a completion for the opposing team.
Weinstein and Myers to receive the punt, calling for a fair catch, is Ethan Weinstein at the 32-yard line of Chapman. Just over a second left here in the first quarter. Whitworth leading the Chapman Panthers by a score of 3-0. Thoughts so far, Justin?
It's a 3-0 game. I'd say pretty even so far. Whitworth had that great one drive going down the field. Chapman stiffened up when they got into the red zone. That's their one good drive, and Chapman had a good drive of themselves. Hakeem McGrew had a couple of nice runs. The offensive line, I thought, has had a good first half so far. It's just really converting those 3rd downs and making it not 3rd and long.
So we'll see what the Panthers will do to run the clock down to end this quarter. They give it to McGrew. Has a little bit of room up the middle. tackled at the 35-yard line. And it looks like that will do it here in the first quarter. We'll go to the second quarter. The score is Whitworth 3, Chapman 0.
Follow your dreams. Chapman University, a diverse, well-rounded education. Art, dance, music, theater. Empower your future. The performing arts at Chapman University. Create.
And welcome back to Wilson Field. Start of the second quarter, Panthers trailing the Pirates by a score of 3-0. Alec Bachner, Justin Maestas, and Matty Bader reporting all night long on the sideline. 2nd and 7 for the Panthers. Andrew Chavez in the shotgun. He takes the snap. He'll give it to his backup running back. Up the middle, fights for those extra yards. That's Blake Crandall. Excuse me, Deano Pachota looks like.
Yeah, I was looking at the roster, and it said linebacker Pachado. I guess he's like the 4th or 3rd string running back here for the Panthers. But a good little run there up the middle to set up a manageable 3rd down. You haven't seen any long, far passes so far here by Chavez, so you can really have a pass play or even another run if they wanted.
3rd and 3. Chavez takes a snap. He has Myers open, and it's caught. Tries to sidestep a defender. Wrapped up eventually. Coming up to make the play is Day Hall.
And a little nice, nifty move here by Myers. First to get separation, and then almost made that little turn and get to the corner. Good job there by D. Hall to get the tackle and make sure Myers didn't get extra yardage.
Sean Myers, one of those guys who's a trusted pair of hands out there for the Panthers offense. Now it's a 1st and 10. Chavez takes a snap, rolls out to his right, looking downfield, and he has Myers once again, and another 1st down. A pickup of 13.
Myers playing Madden against D. Hall right now, really using that out stick as he just created that space. Look at 5 yards between him and the corner. He either could have gone deep or cut outside. He cut outside and get some separation.
The closest NFL comparison I can have for Sean Myers is Wes Welker or Julian Edelman. He's that type of guy, 5'9", not an empowering guy. He's not going to jump over you, but he's quick and he has a good pair of hands on him.
Just get the ball in his hands in space.
Absolutely. Chavez, play action, looking deep, and flags are thrown. It looks like Myers had his man beat, but was held from behind. The penalty should be on Jordan Pride, the junior defender.
You call him Edelman, I might call him Cooper, as his route running's fantastic the past 3 days. Beat the man up the field, and he had no choice but just to grab onto his jersey. It would have been 7-3 if it wasn't for that.
15-yard penalty on Jordan Pride, another 1st down for the Panthers. Trailing by 3, still a close ball game. Not much offense so far. The Panthers did have a field goal attempt early in the first quarter. Lucas Alfonso just missed the 42-yarder.
Had plenty of legs, so that's all you can really ask for.
Of course, younger brother of Chapman great, former kicker Mauricio Alfonso. 1st and 10, Chavez looking downfield, McGrew, and it is incomplete as the ball ricochets off the pylon. That'll bring up a 2nd down.
Chavez threw that one up. Look, he had pressure, but he stayed composed, made the throw. Hakeem has some speed, just couldn't get out in front of the defender fast enough.
And it looks like he had a beat on that ball. He made the dive, but Alex Merrick, the junior linebacker, stuck his arm out, and the ball deflected off it.
Yeah, great defensive play. But I like what I've seen from McGrew so far. He's a speedster.
All-purpose back, dual threat. Chavez drops back. He has a man in the slot, and it's caught close to the 1st down. It will be 2 yards short.
Another great little route here by Myers. Chavez and him are really starting to have chemistry between those two. looking back, I believe Myers only had 46 yards in that game against Linfield, really having more of an impact offensively here tonight.
3rd and 1. And they'll give it to McGrew. McGrew is stuffed at the line of scrimmage, so it'll be 4th and short coming up for the Panthers.
We're looking for the kicker here on the sideline, and so far he's nowhere to be seen. I think Coach O is going to keep his offense here out on the field. Oh, you know what, right as I say that.
You had to say it, Justin.
Would have been aggressive, but you know what, tie up this game. This might be the smart call. Maybe to get Trujillo just a little bit of the motion. He just missed a field goal here. Get his confidence back here and tie it up 3-3.
It will be Lucas Alfonso in the ball game, a 33-yarder. Good snap, good hold. The kick has plenty of leg. And it is no good. And the Panthers are confused. They thought it was in, and the referees under the goalpost were looking at each other and were not quite sure if it went in or if it missed.
You know what? They're going to have a discussion here. I don't know if you can overturn it. You know what? There is going to be no discussion. We're going to have no points on the board. 2 missed field goals so far here in this game.
Alrighty, so a missed field goal for the Panthers, and we send it down to the sideline. Maddie Bader, what do you got for us? So we'll try to reach Maddie later on, having some technical difficulties. A completion and a first down for the Pirates. Kolste with DiGaetano, and they will give the ball to him, and he's met by a pile of Panthers right at the line of scrimmage. He gets 2 on the play.
Yeah, one of those guys, Derek Hart, who got in the backfield quite quickly. I think if it would have been a passing play, he would have got a sack, but got enough pressure on the back to gain minimal yards.
Rami Hanna coming up to make the play. Of course, he's the younger brother of Samir Hanna, one of the best linebackers in Panther history. Kolste with the snap on the 2nd and 8, and he is a man wide open into Panther territory, and he's still not down. And finally, he is wrapped up. The reception by Kevin Thomas.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure. That's Jack Colin there, who has a wrap on his leg. I'm not quite sure if he was supposed to play zone, if he was supposed to pick him up off man.
And they'll throw it to Thomas once again on the screen play, and he has a modest gain of 5.
Great tackle there by Joe Covarrubias. Really got a good hit. And I don't know for people who haven't played football, but when you get a good hit on someone, that kind of rattles you up just a little bit.
Gets the defense going. And they'll give it to DiGaetano. He has room deep into Panther territory and a first down. Finally wrapped up near the 20-yard line.
Garrett Frediani was the man who almost contained him, but a good little route inside to get past Frediani. Almost got past I believe that was Covarrubias also. A good run there by DiGaetano, and there's a reason why we haven't seen Hare so far. Duke's had himself a good game.
Timeout is called on the field. And now let's try it once again. We send it down to Maddie Bader on the sideline. Maddie?
Hey guys, sorry about that before. A source on the field says that Jeremiah McKibbins did get a concussion from the Linfield game. He did not practice, and after minimal exercise, his symptoms did not improve. So that's why he's not suited up today, but hopefully he'll be good again for homecoming. Back to you guys.
All righty, thanks, Maddie, for the report. Of course, Division III has to follow a very specific concussion protocol. Jeremiah McKibbins, we know him, we've seen him for years now. We knew he was itching to be on the gridiron today, but he has to follow the rules, and so far Hakeem McGrew is filling in nicely.
And I think that's going to help Coach Owens later on this year. He's going to realize not only does he have McKibbins, but he also has McGrew. We saw the 3-headed monster backfield last year with Stansel and McKibbins and company.
1st and 10. Colsty looking end zone. He has a man open, and it is incomplete, just overthrown. Nice coverage on the play. Drew DeMarco right on his tail.
Yeah, you see here on the replay, exactly on his tail. Perfect coverage there by DeMarco. Definitely has a height disadvantage, but.
2nd and 10, Colsty with the screen pass. This is a good game for the Pirates. Michael McCown on the reception.
Look at this here on the edge. Kierkegaard with the block, flipping the defender over there on the right side. That I believe is Hana. Set enough space there on the edge to get a first down.
Ball on the 8, 1st and goal. Colsty in the shotgun, drops back. This to Kevin Thomas, does not get much. A gain of 3, the ball will be spotted at the 5.
We've seen the Chapman Panthers stiffen in the red zone. Last time Whitworth was there. This time, let's see if they can do it again. Getting to the corner very fast. It's speed that's going to keep them out of the end zone if they're going to keep going towards the corners.
Second and goal, and they'll give it to D. Gaetano. Looking for space, and he's wrapped up just in front of the goal line. The ball will be spotted at the 2.
Yeah, there on the right side. Great tackle by Garrett Frediani. Just to be physical with the back, make sure that if you're going to fight one-on-one to who's going to get in the end zone, that the linebacker is going to win that battle, and that's exactly what he did.
Trips as they give it to D. Gaetano. Did he get in? No signal yet from the line judge.
And I think that's Frediani once again. Look at that. Right when before he gets into the end zone, Frediani lays the boom onto him. It's going to create a 4th down.
So it's 3rd down and an interesting formation out there for the Panthers. They're not quite sure what to do. I'm not really sure what to make of this. They give a direct handoff, and the Panthers stuff them in the backfield. Nice defense on that play. And just, I'm not quite sure how to describe that.
I don't know. As a New Mexico fan, I'm used to seeing the triple option. Here, there was really no option. If you want the back to really go to the side to create some space, right there, number 85, Rain Riley, was right next to him, and it was a loss. Don't know what else to say either.
It was a direct snap to the backup quarterback, Jonah Koski. And what happened, it looked like what we thought would happen. Direct snap, and he was immediately hit. So an interesting play call from Rod Sandberg, the head coach of the Whitworth Pirates in his 2nd season. Ethan Weinstein, the only Panther on the field. And it looks like now we're just being notified that they did give them a touchdown. So they were attempting to go for 2 on that previous play.
It makes a lot more sense now, but we didn't see any reaction from the side judge. We were looking at him, just nothing.
Our crew didn't know, we didn't know. There was no touchdown signal from the line judge. And I believe the Panthers didn't really know what happened either.
It's on the scoreboard, so that's really all that matters. You're down 9-0. Moving on from that, let's see if the Panthers can have themselves a good drive. It seemed like they were trying to feed McGrew the past couple of possessions. Hasn't been working. Let's see if they can get Myers once again to get those good routes on the outside and gain some good yardage.
So Pirates with that touchdown by DeGaetano now lead 9-0. Weinstein fields it at the 10, and he has some space across the 30, running towards the sideline, just out of bounds at the 46-yard line. So the Panthers will start with good field position, down by 9.
And that's the 2nd time Weinstein's had plenty of space to get to the outside. Great blocking so far here on special teams, giving him excellent field position. And even with the 3-and-out, that they're going to pin the Pirates deep in their own end. Starting from here is always a good thing.
So Panthers take the ball at the 47, handoff to McGrew. McGrew trying to cut back. And he gets back to the line of scrimmage, not much more.
The difference between the runs where he gets plenty of space and where the Pirates get to him are the speed of the linebackers, really getting to the outside quickly and reacting immediately once he gets the ball.
Justin Maxwell, the linebacker, coming up to make the play. 2nd and 9. Chavez rolling out. He has a man, and it's cut down the sideline. It'll be close to the first down. It looks like a couple yards short.
I like what I've seen here by Chavez so far. Great throw on the run, right on the money to Austin Schaefer.
So it'll be 3rd and short, 3rd and 1. Panthers now in Whitworth territory. Three wide receiver set. McGrew in the backfield with Chavez. Under 8 minutes to go in the half. Chavez takes the snap, looking across the middle, and he had his tight end. A nice catch in traffic. And that will be a Panther first down, and you can hear the boos. Actually, they're saying Louis Volk. Louis Volk, the big tight end with the reception.
Yeah, Louis Volk was also a part of the tight end core with Ezekune. Got playing time last year. Now is the main tight end, and a great catch there for the first down.
And one of your homeboys from Albuquerque, New Mexico. There you go, 6'3", senior. Chavez with the handoff to McGrew. McGrew has nowhere to go, and he is rattled from behind. And that will be a loss of yards.
It seemed like Whitworth is now starting to flood the box a little bit. As you can see all the players there. You're not going to get many rushing yards like that. It seems like they're giving up the pass more than allowing the run game to happen.
The senior defensive end, Aaron Poe, coming up to make the tackle. It's now 2nd and 12, loss of 2 on the play. Chavez takes the snap, drops back. Looking far sideline, and he has a man, Sean Myers, and that'll be plenty for a first down. Once again, the Chavez to Myers connection coming up for the Panthers.
I feel like we're going to hear that a lot so far this year. And you know what? Myers didn't begin to make the break back until after the ball was thrown in the air. That's called chemistry between a quarterback, a senior quarterback, and a senior receiver.
Myers is almost like the Energizer Bunny. He just keeps on going, never comes off the field. 1st and 10 for the Panthers on the 17. Once again, looking for Myers. This time looked like it was deflected at the line of scrimmage. Chavez trying to find Myers in the slot.
As we'll see here on the replay. Doesn't look like it got tipped, but you can see the players at the defensive line really putting their hands up and blocking the view of Myers. Myers got to hit his hands, just needs to make the catch next time, but still great route running there on the outside.
Second and 10. Chavez trying to do something with his feet. He has a little bit of space, and he goes out of bounds across the 15. The ball will be spotted at the 14-yard line. Pickup of 3 on the play.
It's supposed to happen fast, but look at right there. The pressure made Chavez cut to the outside. Good job there by Riley Gobeau to have a little bit of blocking on the outside, but there's really nothing much he can do besides that.
3rd and 6 for the Panthers. The ball is spotted at the 13. They need to get to the 7 for a first down. Under 6 minutes to go in the first half. Chavez drops back. He has Myers on the screen pass, and he does not get much right there. That'll be a 4th down coming up.
You talked about how he's more of that Julian Edelman guy. Just get the ball into his hands. That's what he did, but Chavez did. But look, great tackle there on the outside. I believe that's JT Phelan who made the tackle, keeping Myers under control.
So it would be a 30-yard field goal attempt. Lucas Alfonso has missed twice already in this ball game. One from 41 yards, another one from 32. Time is called on the field, and it will be a timeout on the defense, Whitworth. So let's take a look at some quick info about the visiting Pirates. Located in Spokane, Washington, founded all the way back in 1890. 2,500 undergrads. They have 20 intercollegiate athletic teams. Michael Allen, Ralph Polson, and Sarah Holman among the notable alumni to attend Whitworth University.
Yeah, great list of notable alumni there for the Pirates. There are a lot of people that went there to Whitworth up north. It's a great-looking school. Don't have a lot of undergrads, but it's a beautiful-looking school. If you see their field, it's a nice field. I would say everything up in the Pacific Northwest is pretty gorgeous up there.
And you got to imagine it's picture-perfect weather right there in Spokane, Washington. They come down here, and it's 98 degrees. People don't expect to play football on 98 degrees.
Yeah, luckily enough it wasn't a day game because it would have been torture out here, especially on a turf field as it is out here. It would have been tough, but you know what? A good night here to play some football, a good first night for the Chapman's first home game.
Panthers trail 9-0. Big 4th down right here, 4th and 6. They need to get to the 7. Andrew Chavez takes the snap. Looking across the middle, trying to find McGrew, and it's incomplete, just over his hand.
You know what, there for Chavez, you had McGrew, the speed of McGrew. As you look here at the replay, McGrew's going to cut back inside. He had the space. A few more seconds, that would have been an easy touchdown. He tried to get it out as quickly as possible to try to get McGrew. Just didn't work out over his head. And you know what, Panthers, another empty possession there in the red zone.
Single coverage on the play. The Panthers got what they wanted. Just a little bit overthrown by the quarterback, Andrew Chavez.
Yeah, and he had the time. I mean, looking here at my keys so far, I mean, they're protecting the quarterback. They haven't turned the ball over. It's just getting those extra plays in.
Kolsky. A wobbly throw, but it's caught on the close sideline. Coming up to make the reception is Garrett McKay.
The Chapman defense has had pressure all day, but just hasn't been able to get to Kolsky. Kolsky's been able to roll out and find receivers out on the outside.
Gain of 6. Now they give it to DiGaetano, and he gets hit, but keeps on moving his feet. The pile pushes forward, and that will be good enough for a first down for the Pirates.
Actually ran into his own man also. Trevor Whitworth was there. DiGaetano was running forward. Didn't see his own man, ran into him, but still got the first down.
Ball now on the 25. Kolsky has a man over the middle, wide open. And another first down for the Pirates, finding Kevin Thomas across the middle.
You can see why this Whitworth offense is just so good. Look, it's just plenty of time there for Kolsky.
Kolsky is a good enough quarterback. When you do give him plenty of time in the pocket, he can make solid throws downfield. Kolsky with the hard count. Almost got some of the Chapman defenders to jump in the neutral area. First and 10, another screen pass to Thomas. He sheds a defender and he's knocked out of bounds. A good hard pickup right there. Gain of 6.
You need to make that first tackle there in the backfield. Can't see who it was. Great. I think that's Drew DeMarco who immediately got into the backfield. Good first initial step. Just needs to make the tackle.
Second and short, and once again they find Thomas, and he gets rocked but stays on his feet. How do you survive that?
Yeah, Lorenzo Mark had plenty of time to come up, and he had a runway to get a hit on the player. Just held on to it. Good job. I mean, you're going to get hit anyways. Might as well make the catch.
Quick snap, and they have another man across the middle, and that's complete. Another first down, this time to the tight end, to Nick Korkis.
Korkis really hasn't been a part of the offense like I thought he would be, but making those great catches and moving the chains quite often.
Kolsky seems to be getting into a rhythm. Now into Panther territory, ball spotted at the 33. Just about 3 minutes to go in the first half. Whitworth leading the Panthers 9-0. They give it to DiGaetano, and he has room. Sheds a couple tackles, and it's finally knocked down. Once again, a first down pickup for the Pirates. Ball spotted at the 20.
It's a good mixture of pass and run here, and you can tell that the pass is really messing with the heads of the Chapman defense. Not a lot of people there in the box. Everything's more spread out. They're gaining yards and some good play calls here by Alan Stafford, the offensive coordinator for Whitworth.
A season ago, this Whitworth team led all of Division III in passing yards, but they give it to the man on the ground, Gaetano, and he gets another big gain right there. Another pickup of a first down inside the 5.
Pass helped set up the run. Again, great blocking there up the middle. Gaetano getting another first down, and you can tell this crowd is really starting to settle down now after that failed conversion there on 4th down. And then now the Pirates are starting to move the ball downfield.
Once Gaetano got past the first line of defenders, it was off to the races. Clock still ticking away, just over 2 minutes to go. Ball spotted on the 4, man in motion, that's Kevin Thomas. Pass to the back of the end zone, and that is incomplete.
Actually could have got Gaetano there on the dump off. I don't know if you can see here on this camera angle. Gaetano's there wide open. Just went for his first option, just attacking Drew DeMarco there in the corner.
Drew DeMarco 5'10", as we mentioned, against a 6'3" wideout. Kolstey trying to utilize that height differential, but once again overthrown. Drew DeMarco, though, Justin, is a good enough athlete. We've seen this time and time again that he can jump up with those 6'3" guys.
And he's doing a great job here tonight.
And time is called. Looks like a timeout on the field with 2 minutes to go in the first half.
And you mentioned that height difference going back to the Drew versus DeMarco. Let's slow this down. Drew DeMarco versus Kevin Thomas matchup. And that's why he was one of our players to watch here so far. And we've been seeing him making those plays. And saying that, it seems like we've been calling more Drew DeMarco's name more than Kevin Thomas's name, which is always a good sign if you're a DB and you don't allow the commentators to say the receiver's name.
Over the last couple years, Drew DeMarco has been assigned to cover the best wideout on the opposing team. Once again today, trying to stay stride with Kevin Thomas. Doing a good job thus far. The only touchdown so far was a Duke Gaetano 2-yard rushing touchdown. That was earlier in the half. Along with the field goal, the Pirates lead 9-0.
There also has been minimal offensive mistakes here so far for Whitworth. No penalties, no really big drops, getting first downs, moving the chains, and putting points up on the board.
Once again, putting together a nice drive. The Panthers, though, they're trying to force a field goal attempt. Being down by 12 is a much bigger difference than being down by 16. Man in motion, 2nd and goal. Kolstey looks for a man over the middle, and that is Thomas, and he gets absolutely rocked.
Devin Ray right there. And you know what? The scariest thing probably for a receiver is to go have an inside slant up the middle in short yardage situations. Linebacker Devin Ray make sure that he's going to be scared next time he goes up the middle.
So now 3rd and goal. A direct snap. He's trying to take it himself. And it is a touchdown for the Pirates. Another rushing touchdown for Whitworth. And now they go up by the score of 15-0.
You saw Alex Rory get in the backfield, big number 99 there for the Panthers. But there, right there, Ian Kolstey. Nice little cut inside, uses his agility, using his football IQ to get behind, get around the offensive lineman, and get in for the touchdown.
Rain Riley with the extra point attempt, and it is good. And now the Whitworth Pirates take a lead of 16-0 over the Panthers. And Justin, looking back at the first half, the Panthers have had their opportunities.
Yeah, it just really hasn't worked out so far for them. 3 I don't know if there are red zone opportunities, but 2 definitely red zone opportunities. One where they missed the field goal where I thought they should have gone for it, and where they did go for it on a 3rd and long, and they went for it on 4th down. I mean, you always like to, you don't like to give the coach slack after these plays happen, but just think about it. They could have had 3 points on the board. It could only been a 2-possession game, but you know what? You never look back, woulda, coulda, woulda. You got to move on. You're down 16-0. You need to have yourself a good second half.
Especially with their high-powered offense, the Panthers have a great ground and passing attack, as we've seen in years past. So 16 points is nothing for them. But you can imagine that Bob Owens is not satisfied with that deficit.
There's still plenty of time, though, for them to come down the field. We saw Sean Myers get involved on the outside, get plenty of space, and see if they can get down a field, get some points, some kind of points on the board.
Riley to send it away. Another deep kick. Weinstein fields it at the 1. Trying to change directions. It looks like he's going backwards. We'll see where they spot that and where they give him forward progress.
This is an opportunity where they're just trying to get to the outside and create something, get good yardage off the kickoff like we've seen twice so far here in this game. Just didn't work out there for the Panthers. Did get a little bit of that forward coverage starting at the 11.
So now it's time, Justin, for Chavez to run, I guess you could say, the 1:38 drill, really the 2-minute drill. Panthers have a couple of timeouts. Plenty of time to march down the field. They need to go 89 yards. Chavez looking over the middle, trying to find Louis Volk, and it is picked off the deflection. And the Whitworth Pirates coming up to make the play.
I mean, you can't fault the Panthers for throwing that. You can't fault Andrew Chavez for throwing that. A very good pass off the fingertips, I believe it was Volk, or actually tipped up. Great job there by McDonald to grab and go down, get the interception, and look at the replay, I believe that was an interception.
Dalen McDonald, for a linebacker, what an athletic play. They were trying to find Louis Volk across the middle. It was tipped, then tipped again, and then McDonald came in, swooped in to make the diving interception. So now with good field position at the Panther 27, the Pirates take over. Kolsky has a man, and it's caught. Garrett McKay with the reception.
You need to stiffen up here on defense. You need to get a stop here. I mean, even 3 points right now is going to be big going into half.
And they'll hand it off to DiGaetano. He has space, sheds a couple tackles, and he will run into the end zone. Another touchdown for the Pirates. And all of a sudden, this has become a blowout.
The defense have been on the field for quite a while here in the second quarter. You can't doubt that. DiGaetano so far player of the game by far for Whitworth. He's done a good job to not only use his blockers, find that open space. It's going to be an uphill battle for the Panthers here in the second half.
Down 22, soon to be down 23 as the kick is good with just over a minute left. And that goes into the category of points off turnovers, Justin.
Win the turnover battle, number 3 on our keys to watch. Not converting on 4th down, not throwing interceptions. Those are all going to lead to extra possessions for Whitworth. You know, at this point, you could go and try to push forward, get down the field, and get the points. Remember, Whitworth is going to start off with the ball in the second half. That's another big thing. You know what? I'm glad I'm not a coach of a football team. I don't know if I would run it and let the clock roll out, or if you would try to go downfield and try to get some points before half.
Well, you got to imagine you have nothing to lose, down by 23, that the Panthers are going to try their best to march it down the field, but they were trying to do that with a minute 38. First play of that quote-unquote 2-minute drill is an interception by McDonald. So you're right. You got to keep that in mind. But at the same time, you're trying to trim this deficit. The kick is off. Sean Myers takes it. And he's wrapped up short of the 15-yard line. The ball will be spotted at the 14.
You really can see who has the energy. Look at the reaction of both teams. You can see Whitworth jumping up and down, fist bumping. You can see the Panthers throwing up their hands, not knowing if they missed any blocks.
Excuse me, that was Devin Kelly on the return. So the Panthers have the ball 52 seconds, down by 23. As you mentioned, the Pirates get the ball first in the second half. 2 wide receivers set, so you got to imagine they're going to hand it off. And they'll give it to, looks like McGrew. Runs up the gut for a couple of yards.
And it seems like that's the option that Coach O is going to make. He made the decision. He's going to just let this clock roll out.
Under 30 seconds to go. Play clock about 5 seconds faster than the game clock. So they need to run one more play to send it into halftime. Another handoff. Leaps over an offensive lineman. Is Blake Crandall. And that will run the clock down. 2 triple zeros, and that will do it for the first half here tonight. Panthers go into this one trailing the Whitworth Pirates by the score of 23-0. Halftime is 15 minutes, so stay tuned right here on the Chapman Sports Broadcast Network. Coming up, the Panther Halftime Report. We'll be right back. And as we're right back, we actually got an interview. Matty Bader is on the sideline standing by.
Please, baby, that's all it takes. Come on, buddy.
I'm on the field with Ben Waters. So how do you feel after the first half?
You know, I think our defense is playing pretty good. I think we just need to go in there and regroup and come out strong in the second half.
And what do you think they're going to switch up in the second half to change the outcome of the game?
I just think we need to do our assignments a little bit better. Getting the right gaps on defense, block the right people on offense, and if I think we do that, we'll be good. Pull out with the win.
Thank you for your time.
Thanks.
Well, there you have it. We're going to try and switch things up in the second half and try and change the outcome of this game.
All right, thanks, Matty. The score is 23-0. Panthers trail the Pirates. We go into halftime. We'll be right back on the Chapman Sports Broadcast Network.
Follow your dreams. Chapman University. History, philosophy, peace studies, languages. Study abroad and explore the world. Become a global citizen. The Wilkinson College at Chapman University. Invest your humanity. Lead.
After a tough loss at Linfield, Chapman looks to bounce back at their home opener against Whitworth. I was able to catch up with Coach Owens and some players at their walkthrough on Friday.
Home openers are special. Anytime we get a chance to play at home, that's kind of excitement within itself.
First home game here, it's always huge. One of our goals is always to win it. Whitworth's a good team. Linfield's a good team. We're ready to go, though.
Both teams are offensively very good teams, very dynamic, but we think this year we're going to have an exceptional defensive football team.
You know, last year we had a really strong defense with a lot of veterans, and I think this year we're just as strong. A lot of guys who were younger last year are now stepping up to be leaders on the defense and really making my job a lot easier.
We think that one of the strengths of our football team is the guys up front. So we're excited about the challenge for them. We think they will definitely rise to the challenge. and we're very competitive in our secondary.
We know that Whitworth is a really fast team, so we made sure to condition a lot, make sure that we were able to keep up with them and that we wouldn't be gassed out for their quick-moving offense. We definitely have an emphasis on pressure on the quarterback, but we also want to keep him contained, making sure that he doesn't have a chance to scramble and make a play out of something that shouldn't be one.
I think that anytime you have the opportunity to have a landmark like that for a player, I think that's very good. None of those accomplishments take place without the collective effort of the football team itself.
He turns plays that aren't really there into something explosive, so it's really nice to block for a guy like that. And as an offensive line, we take pride in that, but you know, it's everyone as an offense. It's the receivers blocking as well. You know,
nothing I think about whatsoever. For me, it just simply means that we've been on the right track for 9 years. That the guys who walked through these doors with me 9 years ago have done the right thing.
He's a great team builder. He really knows how to bring a team together. And the last 4 years, this has been, you know, one of the close-knit teams that I've been on, you know, ever since being a kid coming up and playing sports.
Yeah, we're expecting a lot of him. You know, he played a lot as a freshman. Sat behind Mike the last 2 years, but we're expecting a lot of him and to be a real leader on the offense.
He's gotten a lot bigger and stronger since freshman year. He stepped in freshman year and did well. And so really this year it's kind of the culmination of everything that's happened freshman year to now. And I think we're expecting big things out of him this year.
Coach Owens will be the winningest coach in Chapman history with 50 wins. Jeremiah McKibbins with 110 yards rushing will be the all-time rushing leader. The team seems to be focused on just defending Ernie Chapman Stadium. The team is very good at home, 11-2 over the last 3 seasons. They look to repeat a performance from 2012 where they were undefeated at home. For CSBN, I'm Adam Mann.
The score at halftime, Whitworth 23, Panthers 0. As we welcome you back inside the broadcast booth, Alec Bachner alongside Justin Maiesis. Justin, we were talking about the high-powered offense for the Panthers, but we have not seen them yet so far in this ballgame.
Yeah, great start earlier on for Hakeem McGrew and company, but I really thought that Chavez had himself a pretty good game. As we look at the comparison here, Andrew Chavez, that's actually reversed. 11 for 19 so far in this game. Here's a little dump-off pass from Coasty, the right side. Here's a first touchdown here for D. Gaetano, rolling in for a touchdown. Here's a fake handoff and a tip pass. That's right before half. That really set the momentum and got this touchdown, a great hit there. But just overall, I'd say not a bad game by Chapman. I just think that Whitworth are taking care of their of all the turnovers that the Chapman Panthers have had, whether it be fourth down non-conversions, whether it be missed field goals, whether it be interceptions like we saw at the end of the game. They're just taking advantage of what was given to them.
It's worth noting that Lucas Alfonso has attempted 2 field goals and has missed both. Now let's take a look at the quarterbacks, the QB comparison in the first half, Justin.
Yeah, I thought Andrew Chavez did not quite have a bad game, even though he did have that 1 interception. But going to Ian Coasty, 22 for 33. He had plenty of throwing yards or throwing attempts that game. And we knew coming in that he was going to have those opportunities. I just think both QBs have had a great game so far. It's just one has had more chances to get in the end zone than the other.
So we talked about the keys of the game pregame, and now let's revisit them at halftime.
Yep. Yeah, here's a recast game summary so far. Rushing yards, look at that, 191 for Whitworth and 87 for Chapman. We thought the running game for Chapman had to do well, and even though they have done well with a couple of McGrew good runs, you have to stop the run. You can't give up 191 offensively in that first half. And so it's been a great offensive showing here for the Pirates so far.
So I jumped the gun just a little bit. Now let's get to the keys of the game.
Well, keys to the game earlier, that running game I thought was going to be important. 87 like we see here on the graphic. But you know what? It's nothing when you can't stop the run. Protect the quarterback. I thought the Panthers did a great job to protect the quarterback. I think they've only had 1 sack on Andrew Chavez so far, but that pressure's really been showing. Win the turnover battle, we talked about it. Whether it shows up on turnovers on the score sheet doesn't matter. You missed 2 field goals. You gave up, you did not convert on a 4th down conversion. You did have that 1 interception right before halftime. That's the big one. Number 3, which has been the factor here in tonight's game.
You're absolutely right. They were trying to find Lewis Volk over the middle. That was picked off by McDonald, and that led to a score by the Pirates. So coming into tonight, there are some records that could be broken tonight. One of them was by the Chapman head coach, Bob Owens, right now sitting at 49 wins as a Panther. He needs 1 more to set a school record.
Yeah, and it's going to be a tough one to get it here tonight, but we know for a fact he will get it here so far this season. He's been with the program for, I think, 9 going on 10 years. He's been a great head coach, 22-7 since 2012, 2014 Coach of the Year. Whether or not he gets a win here tonight doesn't matter. He's done great things for the Panther program here in the last few years.
So 2 quarters left here in this one. Plenty of time for the Panthers to make a comeback. Down 23-0. We'll be right back with the second half on the Chapman Sports Broadcast Network.
Stand up for what's right. Chapman University. Passion, perseverance, teamwork, integrity. Create value in the world. The School of Law at Chapman University. Lead.
And welcome back. Start of the second half. The Pirates to receive the kick. Lucas Alfonso sends it away, and it's fumbled out the goal line. Then picked up, trying to make something out of nothing, and he has room. A flag is down on the play as he stumbles across the 30, dragged out of bounds at the 33-yard line. On the return, Mason Elms.
Yeah, 2 flags so far here are on this play. You can see the block in the back right there, quickly in your screen. They're going to bring this one back, and it's not going to be as good a field position for the Pirates.
He fielded the ball at the 2-yard line, was not able to come up cleanly with it, picked it up, then made pretty good run, but the play will be negated as we're still awaiting the call from the head referee. Looks like you had a crystal ball as predicted. It's a block in the back, and that will send the Pirates back deep into their own territory.
There was a reason why I was chosen for color commentator here tonight.
You provide the color. Let's just keep it at that. So Ian Colsty back out there. A good first half, 191 yards, 22 for 33. He drops back, and he'll try to find a receiver, and he's flipped over. It is incomplete. He was looking for Garrett McKay on the close sideline.
Yeah, high throw here by Colsty. He had to throw it high to get it over the linebacker right there. You can see Devin Ray was also, or excuse me, another defensive man was right there on underneath.
Ethan Weinstein, the defensive back. They give it to Guy Gaetano. He's racked up after a gain of 2.
Yeah, Rami Hanna almost got in the backfield here. Almost stopped him there for a loss, which would have been a huge tackle, but still a 3rd and long. Good job here early on by the Chapman defense.
You got to imagine, Justin, that the Panthers were trying to set the tone early in the second half, trailing 23. 3rd and 7. Colsty rushed out of the pocket, trying to do something with his legs. He will not get much on the play as he runs out of bounds at the 9-yard line. That'll bring up a 4th down.
Yeah, Dominic Luca, good job to stay on the edge to try to just keep containment of the quarterback, forcing them to punt the ball. That's what the Panthers needed.
Back deep to receive the punt, Ethan Weinstein and Blake Crandall, or excuse me, Sean Myers into his end zone. High kick signals for the fair catch. Sean Myers has it into Pirates territory at the 48-yard line. Trailing by 23. As we mentioned earlier, the Panthers had their chances in the first half. 2 missed field goals by Lucas Alfonso and an interception thrown by Andrew Chavez late in the first half with under 2 minutes to go. That eventually led to a score. Hakeem McGrew in the first half, 11 rushes, 62 yards. That's an average of 5.4 per carry. Chavez takes a snap, rolls out to his right. Looking for Myers, and he's wide open. That's a pickup of 12 and a first down for the Panthers.
D. Hall, I don't know, to put it lightly, can't guard Sean Myers. Look at that. Where is D. Hall? D. Hall got beat there on the route. Sean Myers is going to have himself a great game if he gets guarded. Keep being guarded here by D. Hall.
You know someone's wide open when you look at the replay and there's not a defender within 10 yards of a man. So now 1st and 10 on the 34. Chavez takes the snap in the gun. Looking across the middle, and it's picked off once again, looking for Louis Volk. And is that the same guy from earlier? Number 45 this time was Max Shaw.
Yeah, try to, I mean, I don't say force it, because I think that's a great throw. Just underthrown there by Chavez. Big mistake there by the Panthers offensively.
Correction, Patch Culp. That's a good football name, coming up with the interception. Second pick thrown by Andrew Chavez. You hate to see that if you're Bob Owens. Your team driving deep into opponent territory and they turn the ball over. Kolsty on the close sideline. A gain of 4 on the play. Kevin Thomas with the reception.
Similar to the first half, the Panthers are allowing the Pirates to have those short routes and not getting too far down the field. Trying to make it 2nd and long, 3rd and medium. Try to force incompletions now.
2nd and 7, they give it to D. Gaetano, and he's wrapped up from behind. Nice play by Hanna coming up to make the tackle.
Yeah, it's the second time this half that Rami Hanna has gotten in the backfield, showing how fast he can get off the edge, really using that speed. And it looks like we have a player down here on the ground.
That is number 60 on Whitworth, junior offensive lineman, Michael Cruciati, 6'1", rather 5'11", 280 pounds.
One of those senior offensive linemen. They've done a great job. He's blocking here so far. Even though Chapman has had pressure on Kolsty, no sacks.
And that's always something you like to see after an injured player is down. He walks off on his own power. We'll see if he returns, Michael Cruciati. So a big 3rd and 6 coming up. 4 wide receivers set. Kolsty in the gun. Drops back. He's trying to find Kevin White, and it's incomplete. Right behind him was Drew DeMarco coming up to make the play.
Yeah, great throw here actually by Kolsty. It's in the hands of the receiver. Just great defense there by DeMarco to put enough pressure on the receiver to force the drop.
So for the Pirates, 2 possessions so far in the second half, 2 3-and-outs. That's the kind of defense Bob Owens likes to see from his Panthers. Weinstein calls for the fair catch. The Panthers will start at their own 35.
Which is pretty good starting position for the Panthers, really starting deep in their own territory. These both times that they started with the ball. It's just really getting their offense going, not getting those turnovers. They started off the half well. And let's see what offensive coordinators for Chapman can do for his team.
Twice tonight, Chavez is trying to find his tight end, Louis Volk, over the middle. Twice he's been intercepted. His team trails by 23, still plenty of time to make this comeback story possible. Handoff to McGrew on the stretch play. He'll cut it back to the middle. Gain of 2 on the play.
One thing that I noticed other than the run, as we can see here, cutting to the outside. Good job by the defensive line to also shift and get to that left side to stop it. But what I'm noticing is that Sean Myers isn't being guarded here by D. Hall that last time. It was Tyler Roloffs.
Riley Gilbo and Sean Myers trading places. 3 wide receiver set. Chavez once again in the gun. He takes the snap. Play action. And it's picked off once again. Whitworth has it. And it's a touchdown interception return for a TD, this time by number 38, Dolan McDonald, his second interception of the game.
The 2 previous interceptions by Chavez I thought necessarily weren't that bad of a throw. This time, I thought it was a straight-up bad throw there by Andrew Chavez. He threw across his body, as we're about to see here, and just greatly underthrown. I think he's just trying to force things, make things happen on offense. You know, just get the easy things to go in. But you know what? Now looking at the scoreboard, might be a little bit too late.
The pass was intended for Austin Schaefer. You hear this all the time, Justin. Coaches try to tell their quarterbacks not to force things. Right there, Andrew Chavez forced to throw. Schaefer was open, but the ball was underthrown. Tough to throw across your body while on the run. And Dolan McDonald, the right guy in the right spot, comes up with his second interception of the game and a defensive touchdown for the Pirates.
Play is a touchdown. After the play, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 22 of the return team. That penalty assessed on the kickoff.
So unnecessary roughness on the Pirates. On the return, touchdown will stand. Riley on for the extra point. And it is through and good. Now the Whitworth Pirates take a commanding lead of 30-0. Justin, looking ahead, let's take a look at the schedule for the Panthers.
Yeah, it's not really looking good here today, but going forward, another home game. It's going to be homecoming against Claremont Mud Scripps. To see if the Panthers cannot come back, if they can bounce back in that game. Then 2 away games, Pomona Pitzer, Occidental. Looking down the line to end the season, 3 out of the last 4 games are going to be at home, including that big one against Redlands there on the 7th of November. So, you know, it's still a long season here for the Panthers. So, you know what? If you're going to ask Coach Owens after this game, he's going to be mad about how his team played. But it's all about the SCIAC. I think that's what they're going for. Going to try to get back-to-back championships for Coach O.
That's a great point. Despite these 2 first games, a loss against Linfield, that was in McMinnville, Oregon. Panthers were defeated by a score of 52-14. If they are defeated once again tonight, it has no effect on the SCIAC outcome. Panthers could go undefeated in SCIAC and win the conference once again. But that starts on homecoming, October 3rd. Kickoff is away. Weinstein fields it just across the 15, trying to stretch it to the outside. Across the 30, now he has room. And he has 1 man to beat, and he's tackled from behind. A flag is thrown. The kicker, the 1-2, eventually trying to stop him.
I gotta say, though, you have to know that the kicker played some soccer in his life, because that was a great slide tackle. Illegal in football, but you know what? He did what he had to do to stop the man coming back. Look, a huge space. Look at the slide tackle. 3, 2, 1, slide tackle. It's going to draw the flag, but it did its job. It stopped the man.
On that play, Ethan Weinstein showing great patience.
And the cutback was what made it all also.
It's finding that seam, Justin. We've seen that by Hakeem McGrew as well tonight on several of his runs. He has nowhere to go on one side, then looks the other way, and there's an opening, and he goes right through the hole.
Let's see if, you know what, I think I wouldn't be surprised here if you saw a little screen dump-off pass here to McGrew along the progression of this offensive chance.
And they hand it off to McGrew. He has some space. And the ball is out. And it's recovered by Whitworth. everything is going the Pirates' way. With good field position, the Panthers give it to their trusted pair of hands, or so they thought. Hakeem McGrew with the fumble, recovered, man on the spot, Johnny on the spot. Patch Culp.
Like a Kelvin Mackey. When he tackled McGrew, he hit the ball also with his shoulder pads. That's what bobbled it loose. And a lot of quiet fans here at Wilson Field here tonight.
Patch Culp with an interception and a fumble recovery. Pirates take over. They give it to DiGaetano. Goes up the gut for a good gain of 7, tackled by Ramir Hanna.
DiGaetano, player of the game so far, just not getting taken down by that first tackle.
And it will be a quarterback keeper, Kolsty. And that will be a pickup of a first down. Their team leading 30-0.
Yeah, when you have a guy that's rushed for over 100 yards in the first half, you're going to go to him every single time. That's the play where Kolsty just kept it.
Handoff up the middle to DiGaetano, the workhorse. Gain of 3 on the play.
I do have to say that the Chapman crowd did come out here tonight. It's just unfortunate looking at the scoreboard what happened.
Well, as the late, great Yogi Berra said, it ain't over till it's over. And it's almost picked off by the Panthers. Kolsty trying to dump it off, and the Panthers almost took one away right there.
I don't know what Kolsty was thinking, just dumped it off, and you have to catch that. You need to make some plays. Garrett Frediani, you're a linebacker, but you need to catch that ball. Make something happen on defense. Create some turnovers for yourself.
Garrett the Fridge Frediani, he was open on the play, but someone closed the door. 3rd and 6 for the Pirates. Kolsty drops back, low throw, and it is incomplete. Intended for number 3, Garrett McKay, the freshman wideout from Tacoma, Washington, and that will bring up a big 4th down.
Yeah, luckily enough it hit the ground, because that would have been a first down for Whitworth. This is where the Chapman Panthers, they need to score here on this next possession when they get the ball right back.
You know, Justin, I think it's the time of the game where we can reflect. And speaking of Yogi Berra passing away, Yankee legend, 10-time World Series champion. That's an all-time record. Passed away this past Tuesday. Some of the best quotes of all time. There's no doubt about that, as the punt is kicked and goes out of bounds. Panthers pinned back deep. One of my favorite quotes by Yogi Berra. He said this about baseball. I guess you could say it about any sport. Baseball is 90% mental. The other half is physical. That's a great quote right there.
Yeah, I mean, he was a wise man and knew what he was talking about, knew about the sports culture, knew that really anything could happen in a game. He not only played, and managed, he was also a lover of sports. And so rest in peace, Yogi Berra, but some great quotes by him.
All right, so the Panthers take over with 9:26 to go in the 3rd, trailing by 30. Chavez takes a snap, gives it to McGrew. He has room up the middle. Good enough for a first down. Nice seam to go through for Hakeem McGrew as we take a look at the rushing yards comparison.
First, let's look at here this handoff and a great hole up the middle. It seems like McGrew's had a couple opportunities to maybe break off a tackle, just can't break that first one.
He had that one fumble just minutes ago. But besides that, he's approaching 100 rushing yards on the game. Chavez takes a snap. This time he gives it to the backup running back, and a nice play right there by number 23, Blake Crandall. Excuse me, 22, Diano Pachote, which, as we mentioned before, listed as a linebacker. I believe that's why it keeps on tripping us up. Diano Pachote.
It's probably the last person you expect to get a big yardage up the middle as a linebacker. But a great little play call there by Coach O. Starting to move the ball on the ground here for the Panthers.
Expect the unexpected for the Panthers. New quarterback in the ball game for the Panthers. Looking deep, Sean Myers, incomplete pass. Lucas O'Connor, the sophomore quarterback, checking in on this drive. He's 6'4", 205 pounds from Culver City. He had Sean Myers wide open.
Yeah, Myers been making some great routes as we look at the play here. Got some separation around the corner. Just a little bit overthrown. There was some contact between the two, but totally fair contact. Just enough to slow down Sean Myers, the receiver.
2nd and 10 for the Panthers. Ball spotted at the 38-yard line. High snap. Handoff to McGrew. He has a hole. Up the middle. A first down flag is thrown in the backfield. This might be coming back.
Yeah, big hole there on the left side as we look at the play here. I don't know if they're going to call holding on that one or a block in the back. But it helped create the hole there for McGrew. And it looks like that offense is walking on back like it is going to go back.
The holding was called on number 68, Chris Hicks, 6'4", 250 from Las Vegas. The offensive lineman in his senior year at Chapman. Tell you what, McGrew, he's really shown that he has that shiftiness and breakaway speed that you got to believe is great on 3rd downs once Jeremiah McKibbins comes back.
I would love to see both of them in the game, actually. 2 great weapons, McKibbins rushing, maybe even have a dump-off pass to McGrew. Just get the ball in these guys' hands. They'll make plays.
Play action. O'Connor tries to dump it off to McGrew, and it's incomplete.
That was a developing play into a screen to the right side, and that's what I wanted to see them do. As you look here, there's pressure on the quarterback, but that's because the offensive line let it go. Great read there by the linebacker. Maybe a little bit of a cheap shot there on McGrew, but...
Now I gotta ask, Justin, this time in the ball game, your team down by 30. Do you like the call of putting in your backup quarterback to give him some reps?
You have a senior quarterback in Chavez, and bringing in Lucas O'Connor, who's a sophomore from Culver City. You know, get him some repetition. Maybe who knows? Maybe he can have a great game here in the second half.
O'Connor drops back on the 3rd and long. He will keep it himself. Has a little bit of room. He'll get back to the original line of scrimmage, and that'll bring up a 4th down for the Panthers.
At the very least, you get more yards. Gonna maybe pin Whitworth back more. You weren't going to get the first down there. Whitworth had enough people back behind the in front of the first down marker.
Sophomore punter William James checks into the ball game to punt this one away. And he gets the punt off safely. A wobbly kick and a nice Chapman bounce right there as it hops out of bounds. The ball will be spotted coming up at the 27, it looks like. So, Justin, is this the time in the ball game where you put in some of the players that haven't seen much action this year so far and try to give them some repetitions?
You know what, here on defense, I say you keep a majority of your starters in. They've given up 30 points. You want them to kind of have the kinks out. It's only the 2nd game of the season, remember that.
They give it to D-Gaetano, and he's stuffed at the line of scrimmage. The Panthers swarming on that rush play. Taking a look at the replay. Hanna comes up, hits him initially. Then Miles Ailes, the junior linebacker, wraps him up. 2nd and 8. Low snap, and a screen pass to Thomas. Drew DeMarco tripped on the play, but a nice recovery by the Chapman defense. Coming up to make the stop is Ben Waiters.
And it seems like majority of the Chapman defense first team is still out on the field. Good job so far of them getting stops. It's going to be a 3rd and long here for Whitworth.
3rd and 6. Colsty drops back, looking for a sideline. He has a man. It is caught And he did get a foot in bounds. In college, you only need one. A nice play.
And here we have the benefit of replay. Oh, that's a great catch right there. Getting those tiptoes out on the corner. Only question is if he kept possession, but you got to give it to him.
Kevin Thomas with the reception. Now they give the handoff to D. Gaetano. Runs up the gut for a couple of yards.
Really impressed here by this Whitworth team so far, not only offensively but defensively. They have great receivers, great running backs, pretty good quarterback. They might give a run to Linfield.
2nd and 8, roll out by Kolste, looking at the sideline. It is caught for a first down. A nice reception this time by Garrett McKay.
Yeah, McKay found himself pretty wide open here, as you can see on the replay. Over there, I believe that's Lorenzo Marks just getting there late to the receiver.
Now into Panther territory, they give the ball to their workhorse, Di Gaetano. Runs up the middle for a gain of 2.
It's going to be another, or a second and long here. But a good rush here to the right side. Chapman's been stopping the run, but you kind of expect it early.
And another reception and a first down. Kolste to Thomas. How many times have we talked about that tonight?
Yeah, Kevin Thomas led the first half in receptions and has been getting his name called here. I said earlier how I haven't been hearing his name, but now I'm hearing his name a whole lot.
Kolste once again with the pass and another reception down the field. A nice grab, this time by the tight end. Number 83, Nick Korkis.
So far, I think Coach O wants to talk to his defense right now, just slow things down. Whitworth are doing whatever they want on offense.
Time is called on the field. Panthers trail the Pirates 30-0. Thanks for joining us on the first broadcast of the season here on the Chapman Sports Broadcast Network. Alec Bachner, Justin Maestas, Maddie Bader as well. Pirates, another long drive, trying to sustain it. It's a 1st and 10 coming up. Ball is spotted at the 17. Now at this point in the game, Justin, you got to believe Panthers are playing for pride now.
Yeah, just make this a better game. Let's be real. Looking back at the other games that the Pirates had, they had huge leads, and the other team just played for pride and got kind of back into it.
1st and 10, Kolste delayed handoff to Di Gaetano. Another run up the middle, and another gain of 2. You can see here, Kolste looked to pass play action, then gave the handoff. Di Gaetano, another dual threat like McGrew. Can bump it to the outside and run up the gut. 2nd and 7. They give him 3 yards on that play once again to Di Gaetano. And he gets to the 10-yard line, a gain of 5.
Just as you look at the red zone conversions here, I mean, you can see who's winning the game just by looking at the red zone conversions. 4 for 4 versus 0-2. You know who has a 30-0 lead here tonight. It's just not working defensively for the Panthers.
4 wide receivers set, Di Gaetano in the backfield. And they'll give it to him, and he picks up the first down. He needed to get to the 7. He got to the 5. Good enough for the first. So in the hurry up, the Pirates, 1st and goal. Just about 3 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Once again to Di Gaetano. Tries to muscle his way up the middle, and it's called a touchdown. It's the ball that needs to get across the plane, and it just got across. And once again, Di Gaetano finds the promised land.
Look at this replay. He bounces off the first 2 tacklers. I thought it was only 1. 2 tacklers gets split between them, reaches out for the end zone. D. Gaetano's really been dominating this defensive line. He's been doing such a good job here today.
One of my favorite stats, Justin, in all of football is yards after hit. D. Gaetano, a perfect example of that. The field goal is good, and now the Whitworth Pirates lead by the score of 37-0 over the Panthers. As we take a break, we'll send it down to the sideline. Maddie Bader caught up with Bob Owens just some minutes ago.
Hey guys, Coach Owens was talking to the players. He said they're going to need to run the ball, and that means that they need to be blocking. They need to be making good decisions, and he did feel before that touchdown that they were in good position. They've just got to start putting touchdowns on the board.
All righty, thank you, Maddie, for that update. Bob Owens, one of those coaches, he's not going to show too much emotion on the sideline. His defensive and offensive coordinators do that for him, but he always has faith in his team. Just because his team's not doing so well in the moment, in 5 minutes or so, they could be doing great.
That's what you want from a leader as a head coach. Bob Owens, one of the big leaders here in this Chapman program. You're going to show faith to your team. You know, they're going to talk about this later and look at the scoreboard, probably watch back this tape, and he's going to say, you know what, we're 0-2, but Sky Hawk play has yet to start. There's still plenty to play for here this season. It's all about getting to the NCAA playoffs later this year.
Weinstein to receive the kick. At the 13, he'll pick it up. Trying to follow some blockers, and he has room once again. One man to beat. He's in the clear. The 10, the 5, touchdown Panthers. They're on the board, first time tonight.
You knew eventually it was going to happen. He's had space all day. Golden star there for the blocking for Weisman here on the outside. I mean, I don't see any specific blocks that made it. It was just a whole group blocking play for the Panthers. Got them on the board. And you know what? It ain't over till it's over.
The comeback trail begins, maybe.
Maybe.
It's a start. Panthers are on the board for the first time tonight. They've had their opportunities. 3 interceptions by Andrew Chavez, a fumble by Hakeem McGrew, 2 missed field goal attempts by Lucas Alfonso, and now it's the special teams, the return team, making a play. Ethan Weinstein takes it 83 yards for a score. The extra point is good, and now they trim the deficit to 30.
I really believe that Weinstein, even though I don't have the official stats, he has more yards, all-purpose yards, and he's a defender more than the whole offense combined. So he's had a great game here so far. It's something to look forward to. Returning kicks, whole special teams, golden star here tonight.
Now you see in games like this when the game is out of hand and the outcome is already is already predictable. It's nice to see these plays here and there, like the return by Ethan Weinstein, to really spark a team and give them hope for the next week.
Yeah, Weinstein only a junior, but really solidifying himself as a starting returner here for the Panthers. You know what? This is a team sport. You're going to fight for your position, and so far he's shown why he had that starting position.
Nice to hear the Panther faithful get a little rowdy for the first time here tonight at Wilson Field at Ernie Chapman Stadium. Alfonso kicks it off. Taken at the 5. The Pirates have a seam, but he's knocked down from behind. At the 25 on the return was Mason Elms.
Look at Bo Keeve here. Bam! There on the left side with just trying to get the blockers out of the way. It worked out getting separation from the blocker and the returners. Now it's defense time here for the Panthers. Again, do it more for pride even if you don't think this game's out of reach.
So far in the half, the defense for the Panthers, besides that one touchdown, has looked good. They give it to D. Gaetano up the middle. The pile moves forward. The ball will be spotted at the 31, a gain of 5.
The thing is, you expect a run here, but yes, D. Gaetano still gets 5 yards out of it.
By number 21,
It's all about stopping plays here so far, and the Panthers haven't done it.
2nd and 5. The pass by Colsey to the far sideline. It's called just short of the first down. Wrestling was Drew DeMarco with Kevin Thomas. It's been a fight between those two all night long.
Yeah, and Thomas so far here, I'd say late in the second and here into the second half, has been Thomas winning that battle.
He's definitely been Colstey's go-to receiver. 3rd and short, 3rd and 1. They'll give it to D. Gaetano. Looks like he picks up the first down. Needed to get to the 36, and he got to the 37.
And we give so much credit here to D. Gaetano. Let's give some credit to the whole offensive line for Whitworth. Just reading up on the offensive line, one man is Kyle Cosby, who is there, the left tackle. He's a huge left tackle. Looking at his stats, he's 6'7", 305. He's a senior. I heard he's getting some professional scouts looking at him.
Colsey looking deep. He's got a man open, but it's overthrown. Intended for Garrett McKay.
It was a double move that got him on the outside as McKay got himself open. See that little pump fake? That helped create separation between the DB and the receiver.
It was up to a Chapman safety, Matt Guttridge, to follow the speedy McKay. Man in motion, and Colsey will find him on the far sideline. Sheds a tackle, gets across the 40. A gain of 4 on the play.
Whitworth likes to get their players open in some space. A quick little pass over to the corner. Made the first man miss, got a couple more yards.
Kyle Brownell with the reception. I'll tell you what, Colsey has been looking good tonight. Quick, crisp passes like you see right there. That one just missed by the receiver. Intended for Kevin Thomas.
He's going to have 50-plus attempts here so far. He had 33 in the first half. Here's another one, and not high. It was right there for the receiver to catch. Just dropped.
Once again, the Panthers secondary coming up to make a big play. Are you surprised to see the Pirates throwing the ball as much as they are with a 30-point lead?
They're a passing team. Maybe they just want to get some practice there on the routes, looking forward into their conference play.
Guttridge with the fair catch call. The ball will be spotted at the 25-yard line, and that's where the Panthers will take over. Trailing 37-7 with 27 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Tonight, their home opener, Panthers were looking for much more offense than they've been getting, just 7 points thus far.
Yeah, they had a good first quarter, I thought, to be honest. I thought Chavez threw the ball well, made minimal mistakes. It got later into the game where he started making those mistakes, trying to force things downfield.
And you got to wonder if Alfonso was able to convert on those field goals as they give it to McGrew, and he has an opening up the middle. Good enough for a first down across the 40, wrapped up at the 41. Hakeem McGrew continues his good ground game.
Yeah, Hakeem McGrew is a guy who wasn't really involved the past 3 years for the Panthers offensively, getting his opportunity now and really shining in a game where it's been mostly dim lights here in this crowd.
It's hard to get much playing time when you have Jeremiah McKibbins in front of you as Pachote, the linebacker, takes the snap, runs up the gut. And that will do it for the end of the quarter. We've played 3. One more to go here at Ernie Chapman Stadium. Whitworth leading the Panthers 37-7 here on the Chapman Sports Broadcast Network.
Follow your dreams. Chapman University. Chemistry, physics, computational science, biology. Start doing research in your first year. Soar to new heights. The Schmidt College of Science at Chapman University. Explore.
And welcome back. O'Connor with the snap, looking downfield, and it's incomplete. intended for number 8, Austin Schaefer, as we begin the fourth quarter of play. That'll bring up a third down for the Panthers as they trail the Pirates 37-7. Alec Bachner, Justin Maestas, and Maddie Bader reporting on the sideline. Thanks for joining us here tonight in the home opener here on the Chapman Sports Broadcast Network.
And going back to the last play, Lucas O'Connor's first real throw, just slightly out of the reach of Austin Schaefer.
O'Connor with the snap, drops back, rushed out of the pocket, and now he throws it to Sean Myers. And the Panthers have been looking for fireworks, and it's been tough for them to find. But if you just turn around, you can actually see some fireworks behind us, Justin.
Yeah, Disneyland fireworks going off, and Sean Myers on fire. I don't know. I tried something there. Didn't really work, but
no, I like that. You could have gone with, there you go. Katy Perry would be proud right there.
I think we need a little fade back into it, too. It'd be just working perfectly. But a great sight there, as you can see. A beautiful night, Disneyland fireworks.
Now, I'm a Midwest boy through and through, but I'll tell you what, when I see sights like that, it feels nice to be in Southern California. You got a lovely university in Chapman University, and then right around the corner, Angel Stadium, then right around that corner is Disneyland. Third and long, O'Connor rushed out of the pocket once again, and he's tackled from behind. Coming up to make the play is Danny Wellstad.
Yeah, that's just the second sack of the game so far. A great little spin-off, but I'd say that's more on the quarterback than the left tackle getting the sack.
Taking a look at more fireworks. You know, I gotta wonder, how much does each firework cost? I guess to Disney it doesn't matter, but.
Yeah, when you charge over $100 for a day ticket, I think they can afford a lot of things.
And the punt takes a Pirates bounce. Now as we have a break in the action, let's take a look at the scores around the SCIAC going on right now. Today, Pacific at Occidental, Oxy trailing by 4. Of course, Pacific College, different from University of the Pacific.
And also different than the Aquarium of the Pacific.
You and your aquariums, I'll tell you what. 1st and 10 for the Pirates. They give it to their backup running back, and he has a hole for a moment, but it's clogged. Ian Craddock, or excuse me, Casey Bond, the running back, coming in. D. Gaetano has had plenty of carries tonight. He's taken a much-needed rest.
Yeah, 25 carries, 159 yards here so far for D. Gaetano.
Colsty with the screen pass on the far sideline, trying to get to the first down, but wrapped up just in front.
And we also got the stats from the third quarter. Looking at Colsty, he's not yet quite at that 50-yard attempts, but 30 for 49 so far, just above 250 passing.
3rd and 3. And he's just short of the first down marker. That will bring up a 4th down. Making the reception is Michael McGowan.
They finally get a stop on 3rd and short late in the 4th quarter, but still good to get their defense off the field.
Taking a look at tonight's attendance. A great crowd and a great turnout. A nice contingency of both Panther fans and Whitworth fans.
Yeah, it was a good turnout for the first home football game.
Over 2,500. Sean Myers calls for the fair catch at the 7-yard line, and that's where the Panthers will start their 4th quarter drive.
And going back to attendance, it should be a lot crowded, or more crowded next week as it's homecoming, and that's usually the most crowded football game. I believe we had a sellout crowd last year and standing room only.
The Panthers taking on the dynamic Claremont Mudscripts Stags That's next Saturday. Another 7 p.m. start time for homecoming. Ball in the 8. They'll give it to McGrew. McGrew up the middle. A good gain. Short of the first down, gain of 7.
Good, McGrew runs up the middle. Good initial block there by the fullback. Got McGrew enough space to get a good 7, 8 yard gain up the middle.
Hakeem McGrew now with 108 rushing yards on the game. The one mishap was the fumble in the third quarter.
Yeah, he's impressed here so far, really showing Coach O that if he has to be the first string running back, that he could be it. 2nd
and 3, once again in McGrew, trying to bounce it to the outside. Sheds a tackle. He has space across the 35, dragged out of bounds at the 37-yard line. A 22-yard pickup by Hakeem McGrew.
So quick there on the cut, as you can see here. Bam, right there. Makes the cut, makes a man miss, gets about 15, 20 extra yards just because of that cut and making one man miss.
We've seen a lot of McGrew, and he's really, I wouldn't say surprised us because we know his skill set, but he's really shown that he can be that primary back. So it'll be interesting to see what Bob Owens does when McKibbins does come back. 1st and 10 from the 39. O'Connor looking deep. He has Myers, and it's incomplete off the fingertips.
Ooh, Myers almost came up with that one-handed catch. It was a pretty good throw, actually. It was at a point to where only the receiver can get it, put that hand out there, just couldn't get it with his right hand. A great throw and almost a great play here. Oh, just off the fingertips of Myers, who had himself a good game here so far.
Sean Myers needed just another 2 inches of leap to make that grab. And I'll tell you what, Lucas O'Connor's come in and he's looked composed.
Making some good throws as a sophomore.
2nd and 10. They give it to number 23. Sheds a couple tackles, but's knocked down for a loss of 1. Blake Crandall on the carry. 5'8" sophomore from Tustin, just north of here.
Not too far, about 10, 15 minutes away. Good to see those local guys playing some Chapman football.
Absolutely. Growing up around the Orange Circle, coming to Chapman University football games his entire life, and now being a Panther. Doesn't get much better than that. 3rd and 10. O'Connor takes a snap, looking downfield. He has Gilboa, and it's caught across the 45 and into Pirates territory. That's a big pickup on 3rd down.
Once again, sophomore Lucas O'Connor with a good throw. Found space in Gilboa, who has been relatively quiet here tonight. That's one player that I wish would have stepped up. Wish he would have had like 5 to 6 receptions, maybe 60, 70 plus yards. I only had a couple. He needs to help Myers and company on the receiving end.
Ball at the Whitworth 42. They give it to McGrew. He has room across the 30, tackled, and the ball is out. And it's recovered by Whitworth. Hakeem McGrew hits his helmet right there, knows he made another mistake after another fantastic run. Knocked out from behind, knocking it loose.
Every mistake is a future, I had it in my head, a future benefit, I guess you can say. McGrew's going to think of these 2 fumbles that he's had here tonight. Going forward in this guy play, Coach O's going to say, you know what, you cannot lose the ball. He's going to be working on carrying the ball going into practice later on in the season.
Defensive back Kelvin Mackey coming up to strip it out of McGrew, and now the Pirates will take over as they give the handoff to Casey Bond. I feel like when I say his name, I should say Bond, Casey Bond, but nonetheless.
Just rolls off the tongue, doesn't it?
A short pickup there, yes it does, on 1st down. 2nd and 9 coming up for the Pirates. Under 10 minutes to go in this ball game. Panthers trail 37-7. Kolsty with the snap, and he fires it to the sideline. His tight end has it, and it'll be short of the 1st down. 3rd and 3 coming up.
You can see why that the offense for Whitworth led the league, or led Division III in passing. They just constantly throw the ball.
Backup tight end Zach Fairhart, sophomore, 6 feet tall, making the play. 3rd and 3. They give it to Bond, and he gets stuffed at the line. Nice play by the defensive tackle for the Panthers. And Miles Ayo's coming in.
Yeah, no really room here. Good push there by big number 69, Elliot Amstead, guy from Lake Tahoe, really making his mark, getting pressure into the backfield and stopping it for a minimal gain.
So once again, the Panthers forcing a 3-and-out. Weinstein back deep alongside Sean Myers. Sean Myers will take it, does not call for the fair catch, and he's swarmed. He's eventually dragged down at the 22-yard line, and that's where the Panthers will take over here with 8:01 remaining in this ball game. Panthers trailing the Pirates 37-7. The one score for tonight's ball game for the Panthers was an Ethan Weinstein 87-yard kickoff return. That was back at the later stages of the 3rd quarter. And just a reminder, you can follow us on Instagram at CU_CSBN, Chapman Sports Broadcast Network. Screen pass to Gilbo, tries to go straight through 2 guys, but he gets nestled down after a gain of 2.
Yeah, just getting the ball in his hands to see what Coach O wants to see what Gilbo can do. He's a tall receiver, and you like to see him go down the field and make some catches. Earlier on in the game, he had a long reception that was knocked out of his hands right at the goal line.
Trips on the far sideline, 4 wide receivers set. McGrew in the backfield with O'Connor. Lucas O'Connor, the backup sophomore quarterback, getting playing time, looking across the middle, and he has an open man. Plenty of space, 1st down across the 45. That is Austin Schaefer, the senior wideout from Yorba Linda.
Yeah, Austin Schaefer, the starting slot receiver here for the Panthers. Really been quiet this whole game, along I'd say with Gilbo. Finally gets this shot to shine here in open space, using his blockers quite well, kicking it to the outside and gaining some yards.
Ball now spotted on the 44 of Chapman, 1st and 10. 7 minutes to go in this one. O'Connor takes a snap, dump off to McGrew, trying to follow some blockers, sidesteps a defender, down across the 40, and a flag is thrown at the end of the play. Sean Myers making a key block down the sideline.
You'll see number 75 right there, and a very dangerous play off the block. That's what they're going to call it on. That's what the flag's there, but a great little cut by McGrew. You can show he's really fast on his feet.
Very shifty. He has that Darren Sproles trait to him. You know, you gotta go with those NFL comparisons. That gives the listeners and viewers an idea of what we're talking about.
Yeah, maybe not quite as good as it's Division III football, but you know what? These guys are skilled enough to make a good college football team.
Well, you never know. Anthony Easy Cooney, for example, was signed by the Cleveland Browns for a couple weeks, attended training camp, was released, but he played at Chapman, was one of the best tight ends in school history, and he made a small but a mark on the NFL. O'Connor will take it himself. A gain of 2.
And quite a few of Division III players have gone on and had success in the NFL. I mean, just one name that comes to mind, Cecil Shorts, a man that came out of, I think it was Whitewater. He was a receiver there.
DJ Brandel, former Chapman offensive lineman from years ago, 4 years now. Also was getting looked at by the NFL, played a little bit of Canadian Football League. O'Connor with a dangerous throw across the middle, and he's lucky that the ball found the turf.
Yeah, threw into triple coverage there as we look here at the replay. You're going to see a bunch of white jerseys there and only one black jersey. Just trying to force the issue.
Trying to find the senior wideout, Trace Currett. Big 3rd down coming up for the Panthers. Their conversions tonight, they're 3 for 12. And right there, Justin, that says it all. They've struggled to convert on a big third down plays.
That's one of the most underrated statistics in football. If you look at that, you can usually see who's winning the game.
3rd and 12, O'Connor looking deep. Sean Myers down the sideline. A flag is thrown, and that will be defensive holding. Panthers catch a break right there. Stride for stride with Sean Myers. Was number 26 on Whitworth, that being Jordan Pride, the junior from Oakland.
Yeah, Myers hasn't really been too involved late here in the 3rd and then into the 4th. Just couldn't get to it, but because there was a flag out on the field.
That was a great job by O'Connor, seeing single man coverage. Sean Myers has the speed to outrun almost any defender, and he utilized that single man coverage right there. Under 6 minutes to go, Panthers trail by 30, score 37-7. 1st and 10 on the 44, now in Pirates territory. O'Connor with the slant, and he's tripped up at the 40-yard line. That is Austin Schaefer.
Just get him into space. Unfortunately, there's a lot of Pirates there in the middle of the field, so not much room after he caught the ball. But a good little spin move there by Schaefer to just get a little bit more extra yardage.
McGrew back in the ball game in the backfield with Lucas O'Connor, the sophomore quarterback. And they'll hand it off to McGrew. Trying to bump it to the outside, does not get much. A gain of 2 on the play.
And McGrew just getting some more carries, some more action with the offense, just to see how he does things. The one thing that he doesn't really do is break off of tackles, which we can't really blame for a dude who's only 5'9", 190. But that's the kind of back that the Panthers don't have on offense.
At least for today's game. Jeremiah McKibbins, he's one of those guys who can do that. O'Connor is flushed out of the pocket, and he is sacked at the 50-yard line. Once again, the defensive line for the Pirates all over that play. Aaron Poe, among others, coming up to make the tackle.
Yeah, immediately Poe got in the backfield. Bringing that blitz was the defense putting pressure, and that was one of our keys, protect the quarterback. And while Whitworth has not gotten to the quarterback a ton, they've gotten to the quarterback more than the Panthers have here tonight.
Timeout on the field. So 4:11 to go in this ball game. Panthers trailing 37-7 to the Whitworth Pirates here in the home opener. Alec Bachner, Justin Maestis, and Maddie Bader with you. Thanks for joining us on the first game of the season here on the Chapman Sports Broadcast Network. We'll be here October 3rd next Saturday, 7 p.m. We'll go live at 6:50 for the pregame. Should be an exciting homecoming game against the Claremont Mudscript Stags.
Yeah, and that's usually one of the most exciting games of the season. All the parents come out from out of state, come check out Chapman, who their kids come from all over the country. I mean, you know, people from as northwest as Washington or to as northeast as like Vermont. They come from all over the country. Parents come in, see what Chapman's all about, and the Panthers usually put on a good game for the crowd, so come out if you can. It's going to be a packed house. It's going to be a loud packed house. Tailgate before the game. There's going to be a lot of festivities, and it should be a good game against the Stags.
Plenty of things to watch when you come here for a football game at Ernie Chapman Stadium. As you just saw moments ago, Chapman cheer squad, one of the best in all of Division III, and the Chapman marching band as well. Big 4th down, 4th and 14. O'Connor looks to the sideline. He has Schaefer. Schaefer trying to make something out of nothing, and he is wrapped up at the 40-yard line, about 7 yards short of the first down, and that'll be a turnover on downs.
Yeah, Schaefer open, but there was a reason why he was left open, because he caught the ball about 5 yards in front of the first down marker.
Now, are you surprised to see a play like that on a 4th down instead of a shot down the field? You didn't give Schaefer much of a chance to get the first.
Maybe it's just more of a practice play, just to see how Schaefer runs it. I mean, you just give yourself an opportunity. Don't try to force anything. Maybe he'll pick up the first down.
Third string running back has some room for the Pirates. He picks up a first down. That's number 10, Mason Elms. He's actually listed as a wide receiver, but another one of those guys who can do it all. First and 10 on the 47, under 3.5 to go in this ball game. They give it to Bond, and he's tackled from behind.
Good little couple of cut moves right there by the third string running back. Maybe trying to earn his way here onto the first team.
Second and short, 2nd and 2. You know, it's interesting looking at the stats so far in this game. Ian Colsty has been fantastic throwing the ball, but he has yet to find a man in the end zone. Early in the ball game, they were taking shots at the corner of the end zone, but they could not find anyone, but they were able to run the ball in 3 times.
Yeah, why fix a play that isn't broken? Running game has been working all day for Whitworth. I mean, look at DiGaetano. He was a second string running back coming in. The man who started, Griffith Hare, he played the first possession. It was a 3-and-out for the Chapman defense. Then after that, DiGaetano came into the game, really made his mark, and you can look at the statistics. He really helped build that lead early and get Chapman out of the game.
First and 10 on the Panthers' 34. Just about 2 minutes to play. Colsey takes the snap. And they'll give it to Kyle Brownell, the junior running back from Yelm, Washington.
Pirates rush by number 21, Kyle Brownell. Goes to the Panthers' 31-yard line.
2nd and 7 coming up. Backup quarterback checking in for the Pirates. That's Jonah Koski. Junior from Bend, Oregon, 6'4", 210 pounds. And a low snap. They'll give the handoff, and that's good enough for a first down. The carry goes to Mason Elms.
And now we're seeing all the freshmen and all the other players just trying to make their mark on the team. Getting positive yardage against this Chapman defense. More just trying to run the game out.
You know, it's hard to take stock of some of the things that the Panthers have done in today's ball game as they trail by 30 points, but the defense has come to play in the second half for the Panthers. Besides that 4-yard touchdown run by Duke DeGaetano back in the third quarter, they've shut down the Pirates.
That's also, like you said, I don't know how much you can give credit to that. If you look down the games for Whitworth, I think they've only scored like 14 points in the 3 games in the second half. They usually just get early leads and kept the leads going into second half.
Pirates in victory formation. Game clock is turned off. 20 seconds to go, and it looks like that will do it. Here at the home opener, so not what we expected for the Chapman Panthers here tonight. The final score in this one will be 37-7. Whitworth comes into Ernie Chapman Stadium playing on the road. The Panthers defeated them a season ago, but tonight it's the Whitworth Pirates as the final score is 37-7.
Chapman, I thought, played pretty well in the first half. It wasn't what we expected going in, but you know what? They live to play another game. No real injuries for the Panthers going into SCIAC play next week.
And just like Disneyland, the Chapman Panthers will not quit. Disney just keeps on throwing fireworks. Panthers will do the same, hopefully. next week at homecoming. Stay with us. We'll be right back with the Panther post-game report here on the Chapman Sports Broadcast Network.
Follow your dreams. Chapman University. Take your life to new heights. Chapman University. Invest your humanity. Lead.
Fireworks at Disneyland and over Angel Stadium, and the only firework coming in tonight's ball game for the Panthers was an Ethan Weinstein 87-yard kickoff return for a touchdown in the third quarter with 2:45 to go. But besides that, the Panthers had trouble getting their offense going, turning the ball over 5 times.
Yeah, only 222 yards, or less than 300 yards so far for the Panthers this game. A couple of defensive plays, but not too much. Here's one of the interceptions. That was one of the underthrown balls. And here's what really put the game away. That interception returned back for a touchdown. Chavez had 3 interceptions on the day. And D. Gaetano really shifting the line over. And there's Costi with the run. McGrew had himself a good game, had some good runs, but I believe this is where he fumbled that first time. One of 2 fumbles on the day. Turnovers were a big thing here in this game. We talked about it, the keys to the game just didn't work out. The receivers didn't have the greatest game. Whitworth had themselves a good one. It's just the way the game went.
Justin, you mentioned the key to win this ball game for the Panthers is win the turnover battle. They were not able to do so. Taking a look at the game summary for the Panthers, 175 passing yards, split time between Andrew Chavez and Lucas O'Connor on the ground. We liked what we saw out of Hakeem McGrew, 165 yards. Turnovers costed the Panthers, and they were only able to score once, and that was on a special teams return for a touchdown. And the Pirates' offense was dynamic the entire night. 262 passing yards, Justin, 216 rushing yards. Did not turn the ball over, and they scored 37 points. The final score, 37-7.
Yeah, it was a long day for the Panthers offensively. Really made those mistakes that you can't make against a very good Whitworth side. They're in a good conference. They're a very good team coming from the Northwest. It's just something that just didn't work out.
So for Maddie Bader, Justin Maesis, executive producer Dave Goodhart, in-game producer Nick Vieira, director Cam Backstrom, and all the CSBN crew, this is Alec Bachner saying so long for now. Final score in this one, Whitworth 37, Chapman 7.